we've been through the boot camp training, so we know what we have to do. But you're never ready for what's going to happen to you. You know, the first time you kill or you see somebody killed, it's a different story. To me, it was. But I went because the country asked me to. And that was plain and simple. I'm very patriotic, and will be the rest of my life.
Well, we owe you a lot of debt, obviously, to everyone. Thank you all for your service, first of all.
Thank you.
But, you know, when you went through, because so the rest of us don't have to go through something like that. Where were you stationed over there?
We started up around Da Nang. We hit about every hill on the way down to Chulai. We were in Death Valley, Antenna Valley. Death Valleys were just all
You were in the thick of it.
Leech Valley.
We were combat Marines, so we lived out in the jungle quite a bit. So.
Primarily, most of I
Yeah, I think it was most of that course.
south
The
of Penang,
Marines-
all the way up to the D.
Not to interrupt, but the Marines sent us into what they call the float phase. We were supposed to be staying on ship. Okay. I think we were there one night, and I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning to make a beach landing. And the guy in the Navy said, "How do you want your eggs?" All right, and that was the last time we seen the ship. Okay, so it was an experience, but some experiences end bad, and in our case, it did end bad at sometimes. But the good part was, I got to serve with these guys.
And how long was your tour over there?
13 months.
13 months.
Marines. I don't know why. Everybody else did 12. Marines did 13.
Nixon changed it to 12 months towards the end.
To 69.
And the thing about our thing in the valley,
69.
Oh, really?
I was in the hospital afterwards till September. When I came back, they put me on a landing zone rider,
Yeah.
and I got the helicopter. I knew nobody. These are the guys that died. The rest of them were wounded and didn't walk out of the valley. I think 2 or 3 people actually walked out of the valley on
Yeah.
the road.
When you get to meet another Marine's family, okay,
68.
and you leave there just in time, because I went out the same night as Robert Ryan, okay, and you get to be home and do the burial service with his mom and his family. That's right. And these guys can't say nothing about it.
Now, when you went home back to the U.S., there was the anti-war sentiment going on, protests and stuff, right? How did you guys deal with that?
I dealt with it easy. I come back on a medevac ship, went right to the hospital, didn't meet the public, so I didn't have to deal with it. I'd have probably been in jail if I would have.
Yeah.
Well, I landed at Andrews Air Force Base, and it put me on. I had been wounded. I got medevac back because I had malaria so bad. Landed at Andrews, and they put me on a big bus to go over to Bethesda Naval Hospital. And when we came out the gate, there were protesters screaming and throwing stuff at us. You know, a welcome home.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad enough you guys had to fight and then had to deal with the anti-war movement as well.
When I was in Vietnam, I walked point, Rolf walked point. Yeah, that's my best friend. I don't know why, because he taught me to walk point, and he moved back. But we shared everything over there. You know, you do with your brothers. I knew all of his friends, and he's from Indiana. I knew everything he had gotten into. He knew everything about me. That's how we passed the hours on the rides. Was just talking to each other.
Get pictures.
Two of the men who died that day, Ed Ryan and Eddie Brzezinski, or Bob Ryan and Eddie Brzezinski. I got out to Bob. He had been wounded through the shoulder. Got out to Brzezinski, and of course he was KIA already. Came back to drag Ryan back in out of the fire. Norton here caught up with me, and we were bringing Ryan back in when they opened up on us again with machine guns, and of course Ryan was killed. I was hit. I think he took a ringer to the helmet.
Wow.
You know, that was pretty much it for that day.
There's a book out by the author Keith Nolan.
Yes.
He's a correspondent. He writes a lot of books about Vietnam and other wars. Some of us are in his book. Some are offensive. August 1969. The famous football player Rocky Blyer was shot on the 20th of this month in the same spot. Of course, like I said, I was hit the 16th. Everybody else was hit the 25th. And going back and not finding anybody was the hardest thing I had to deal with.
Yeah.
I knew what had happened. And they walked us into, what, a U-shaped ambush out there?
Yeah, Horseshoe Valley, and we went in and they
Like 3 NBA division. And the thing that really pisses me to this day is our intelligence knew they were sitting, waiting for us. And they let us go right in there. It was just,
Give us the intel.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to take more of your time, but one more question. Have any of you been back to Vietnam since the war?
I'd
No
never
interest.
go back. Never.
I'm not going back.
I mean, there are some veterans who actually have gone back, obviously, and had a good experience, but I totally understand it. Yeah.
We've had guys in our unit
Yeah.
who have gone back.
Right.
Some of them got closure
Yeah.
of it. I personally have no desire.
Have you ever looked into
I
the
don't-
effects of Agent Orange?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I went to one at Jefferson Surgical Center in Stratford, New Jersey, about 3 years ago. And they had all these concerns about Agent Orange. Okay. Now, Agent Orange was made by Monsanto.
And doubt.
Okay, so they use that on lawns today. Okay. Now I know I got at least 7 friends who died from Agent Orange, and I guarantee you that every one of these guys was sprayed on it. Okay, because you felt rain coming down. Okay, now today, that's all they got to do is admit it and say it's an Agent Orange.
And take care of us. 50
But-
years ago.
But they're doing the same thing in Iraq for burn pits. So, I mean, you got lung disease from burn pits. So
Yeah.
take care of the people that take care of you.
Absolutely.
All right?
And that's the problem. It's such a battle with the VA.
Yeah. Well, I thank you all for your time. Really appreciate it. I just want to
Thank
shake
you.
your hands.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.